or UFOs or whatever they were and transported to Argentina. I mean, if they went ahead in time a little bit, to after the war was over a few years, it would be no trace of Hitler. And he could have then reestablished himself in a compound in Argentina, which supposedly he lived there to the 60s when he died or something, supposedly.
Yeah, I definitely believe Hitler went to Argentina, but I think he went through the Odessa thing there and went on U-boats down there and hid out in secret places. But here's the thing: if you time travel when you go to parallel universes, I do believe that maybe the Fourth Reich may have started up in another universe somewhere, and it's Americans are speaking Deutschland, in another universe. It's scary thoughts, but these things are very very well could happen. Who's to say?
Yeah, and do parallel universes actually exist? Again, it could be just a figment of our computer chip mind that we're programmed. Maybe there is no such thing as a parallel universe or parallel planet or parallel anything. And maybe this is just it. Maybe we're just nothing but a memory chip that is malfunctioning in some alien's computer, playing a game. Who knows? Maybe our thousands of years is only a matter of hours or days with them. Well, now, I got to ask you a different question here because I'm killing time. You know that. Stargate. Do you believe there is such thing as Stargates?
I kind of do. I actually believe that I think there's certain ones around the world. I actually think the pyramids are somehow connected to that all over the world, because it's funny, all different civilizations that supposedly never had contact with each other would come up with the same concept of building pyramids. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well, there's some people that claim that the Great Pyramid and the pyramids were nothing more than water pumps. And I'm not going to mention who or whatever, but I did a lot of research. I don't buy that. I think they were something more than a water pump. I think they were designed for something. Now, was it to guide alien spacecraft to our planet? Technology to control the weather? Or time?
Yeah, these are all good theories. I do know this much. There's no way that these pyramids were made for tombs for anybody. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that. I believe they were some kind of a power force of some sort, whether it could be... Because if you look how they designed that, there's little tunnels that go out and point up to certain constellations that were so precisely built into the pyramid that I don't even know if we could build them today with the mathematics and the technology and building all that. It's just mind-boggling. But there's so much going on there that there's definitely more than just a tomb, that's for sure.
I think, too, we are a lost civilization because something has happened. At the time that the pyramids, were being built, something technology-wise we lost back then. Somewhere around there, because the technology to build a pyramid, I heard all these, they dug canals and they built barges and they brought these big 20, 30-ton stones from the quarry 20, 30 miles away through these canals. But the canals would have been made out of sand, correct? And what happens if you take a box of sand, right, and you pack it down? And you make a canal. You dig out an area for a canal, right? And you fill it with water. Two things are going to happen. The rest of the sand around it is going to suck the water like you wouldn't believe. And then the sand is going to collapse into what you just dug. So I don't believe there were canals going from where they cut the perfect, precise stones to bring over to the pyramids. They had to have some type of technology far advanced than us. I also don't believe that they used thousands of slaves to transport these stones, because they would have never had enough slaves to survive to even bring one or two stones of these massive size in to build the pyramid, let alone stack them on top of each other so precise that they didn't need any mortar. They didn't need any cement. And they were a perfect fit. So it tells me that there was some type of technology there, either from a lost civilization like ours or alien technology.
Well, yeah, here's the thing about that. It would have taken, over a 20-year period, it would have took massive amount of slaves, and they would have had to put one of those mega, anywhere from an average of 5 to 20-ton stone cut precisely out of one chunk, transported who knows how many miles, and put in place every minute for 20 years. I don't buy that. I don't even buy we could build them today with our heavy equipment. I don't buy it, not precisely and all that. And they had to do this with copper tools. Are you kidding me? And the invention of the wheel wasn't invented either.
No, yeah, I don't find that believable at all. I think it had to be some other technology. Now, Dreamland says, I wonder if dogmen is their own best friend. Don't you realize, no, it's dogmen are not their best friends. It's catman and dogmen.
Yeah. Cat dog, they're hooked together half and half, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah. Something, I'm not sure.
That's another thing. If you look at some of them hieroglyphs, there's human bodies with heads of crows, heads of coyotes, heads of different beasts, and so that kind of makes me wonder: was they experimenting with DNA, fusing things together, hybrids, or what's up with that?
Well, I do know if you go back and do research, you'll see in some of the caves they got pictures of. In some of the pyramids they got pictures of men wearing like space helmets and men flying on some type of contraption in the sky. Why would men at that time even think about men flying in the sky and having helmets on? They wouldn't even, it doesn't make sense unless they saw something. And, maybe our gods were aliens, like I said before. So I would love to go back in time for a short period of time, back when the pyramids were being built. But God, my luck, I'd be one of those slaves.
No, you need one of those chrononizers so you can look and see. You wouldn't have to do them but look. But also in the pyramids, some of them hieroglyphs, they're exact duplicates of helicopters, boats. Spacemen like you've seen, it's mind-blowing, those stuff. So where do they come from? That always kind of makes me think maybe they had a chrononizer back then, a type. Or maybe there was aliens there and they took them for a ride, because I know that these UFOs and aliens are time travelers. Got to be to even get here. So maybe they took them for a little ride and they seen these things and in the future and then took them back. I don't know. These are just theories, but something to think about.
Well, I just know that... I do think that we have been rebooted. I said that earlier when Tim Swartz was on. I think we are number 2 or number 3, who knows, number 4 reboot on this planet. Makes me wonder what happened on Mars, though. I mean, if what his theory is with the radiation and all that stuff could only been done from like nuclear explosions, either they had meltdowns of some major, reactors, or they had a major war which blew out their atmosphere. And then ended life, as we know it. Now, there's microbes still on Mars. That's some form of life. But any humanoid life probably existed maybe a million years ago. That then I start, thinking about one of my favorite TV shows right now, which I mentioned earlier, Stargate. The possibility that we could go to another planet, another solar system, another galaxy in a heartbeat. Like going through a wormhole. And then, boof, we're there. I'm just wondering, do we have that technology? Is that what our secret Space Force maybe really is? I don't know. Maybe I watch TV too much.
No, but it makes good theories. And, even the ancient Indian Sanskrit that talked about these Hermanas, and there was a great war. And, there you found, even here, I think it was in North Africa or even India, one of the two or maybe both, of the same evidence of a nuclear war thousands of years ago. Now,
you mean millions of years ago?
or yeah, however long it was. I mean, a bunch of thousands will equal a million, but yeah, so how did that happen? Did, like you say, maybe we were really advanced years ago, and like you say, we reboot every now and again. I wouldn't doubt that at all.
Well, how long is society going to last? I mean, proof of a society existing. I mean, even our system, our society today, if something happened and we all just disappeared, in about 100 years from now, there's not going to be much remains of us, okay? There might be a lot of soda bottles for a while, a couple hundred years before they go bye-bye. But let's say you go ahead 10,000 years ahead of time. There's not going to be any buildings left. There's not going to be any houses left. There's not going to be street poles. There's not going to be cars left. It'll be our society, what we had, is going to be pretty much non-existent. It's going to be gone.
Be totally gone. Just look at the pyramids down in South America. There's pyramids that you can't even tell they're there. It looks like a little hill or mountain. The jungle and nature takes over, takes it all back over. You can't even tell it's there. And a lot of stuff breaks down, biodegrades, but whatever doesn't, the jungle and nature takes over. So unless you've got LiDAR, to be able to see through that stuff, you'd never know it's there.
No. Could you imagine if we got wiped out tomorrow and there's no life on our planet for 10,000 years, and an alien race came over and said, hey, this planet's how we can live here, right? We'll put our people on it and make little colonies on this planet, right? And then they start digging to plant their whatever in the soil, right? They bring up Pepsi bottles. Are they going to know? They're going to see a Pepsi bottle or a Coke bottle, and they're going to wonder, what in the blank is that? That's about all that's going to be left of our society.
Yeah, that's true. The styrofoam and plastic is all going to be floating around for years and years, forever. That's funny. Yeah, and that's a good point. That's all it's going to be here. Everything else is going to be deforested or forested over.
Yeah, and then they'll be out digging, trying to find out the remains of what civilization lived here, and they're going to find a whole bunch of cell phones.
That's a good point, too. They're going to be like, what are these stupid things? They were toys for kids or something?
No, they'll think they're transporters.
Oh, yeah, especially the old flip time. The flip ones, they look just like the old Star Trek ones.
Oh, yeah. Well, guess what? It's about time for break, and then we got our last half an hour. See, I gave out our phone number, right? Not one person called, but you know what? My phone is dead again because I got so many text messages, people asking questions, but they're scared to call. Now, James doesn't bite, at least, well, I don't know him well enough. He might bite. I don't bite, but if you want to give a call back and listen, get into our conversation, I'm going to open the lines up after our break, and that is 1-253-203-6695. That's 1-253-203-6695. Hey, I promise you, I don't bite. I'm a nice person. Well, I'm not sure about that. But I try to be. I really do. I try to be as nice as I possibly can be.
You got a Bible there, buddy?
No, because the last time I caught one, I grabbed one, right? I burnt my hand. We'll be back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Night Dreams Talk Radio After Dark with me, Gary.
Journey, some ask themselves why the big time is passing by. They want it all and they want it now. No need to wonder how or why. They decide to make a connection with the bearer of light from the other side. It's a self-centered new world reflection. It's a one-way ticket for one hell of a ride. They're making a deal. Whether down at the crossroads or Hollywood and Vine, they're making a deal. Gonna have it all for a moment in time.